Welcome for the next lecture on Arduino based systems. Since the actual live lecture has got its own limitations, especially when something used to be explained on the board, even though we have advanced techniques, still I felt that in order to explain it to the extent to which it is required by students to understand, I thought that it is better that I record a lecture first, supply it to you, you go through the lecture. After the lecture, if you have some queries, then those queries I will address group wise, because really with an audience of 200 plus, we cannot have an interactive lecture, because the chance an individual will get to interact would be very less. Therefore, this common lecture you see, and I will address the students in an actual online live session based on their queries separately for 3 classes A, B and C out of B group. I think that is the appropriate way of understanding the things, because what is important is this being the first year, all concepts should be clear, and Arduino is something which now even high school going students can play with Arduino. But to play with Arduino doesn't mean that one understands Arduino, how Arduino works. One can make Arduino to work without understanding how Arduino works. It is just like, suppose that how my hand works. I am not exactly aware of the entire structure, bones, nerves, muscles and all these things. But I can order my hand to work as I desire without knowing its structural details. So, this everybody can do, but the doctors, especially those who are having specialty in say neurology, to some extent orthopedics, they have to understand the entire details of hand, bones, muscles and obviously nerves and all these things, various joints. Therefore, what is the difference? A normal individual without any medical background also can use the hand, but it requires a very detailed study to know how hand works. Same is the case. A high school going student can use Arduino, but especially for engineering college students, and that too for an engineering college of repute like ours, we must understand the details of Arduino. Then programming, which you can do very easily. In fact, I don't think it is of much significance unless we understand the real details of it. Now, if we go to the subject contents, I had given you a task to search the syllabus. I had not deliberately told the syllabus. To search the syllabus on the website, few students have attempted. Then you will find that there are 6 modules. First 2 modules are background to Arduino, that is op-amp based analog circuits and sequential digital circuits, and remaining 4 modules are of Arduino. If we go through syllabus of Arduino based laboratory, Arduino based systems lab, then the experiments on first 2 modules are not deliberately kept, because this subject is to be studied by all branch students, and for them in practical there is more stress on application oriented things. But that makes the job of theory teacher difficult, because if we start with first 2 modules, then what to proceed with the practicals in the first week, or let us forget first 2 weeks, in the 3rd week at least. So that is a major problem that we need to address. Therefore, what I had done, I had given you videos of first 2 modules which I am going to explain later on, so that we don't waste time. And then I am sure that most of you have seen the videos because you are asking doubts. You are enthusiastic. I have told them to wait for some time. I have also studied the statistics of my YouTube videos, and I have observed that views are more. I had gone through detailed analytics also, and really the students have watched because since they are in the first month of their academics, and that too after a huge gap of 7-8 months, they are naturally bound to be enthusiastic. Let us hope that this enthusiasm is maintained till you graduate. Now, in the second lecture, I have told you about a man called von Neumann, who has predicted that there will be a computer with central processing unit and memory with the address bus and data bus. I think when we were students few decades back, if you just out of what we can say, some kind of curiosity, I had asked you to search on slide rule, that is predecessor to calculator. Like that, if you ask your parents, few of you might have studied computer in their college days. So that time, a building block containing of CPU, memory and IO devices was said to be computer. And that was something which was beyond understanding of somebody. Remember that von Neumann has predicted all these things when even transistor was not available. What is, see, today it is possible for us to imagine something because all the things which are related and required for some kind of such fantasy and imagination are available. But when even transistor was not there, computers were using some mechanical structures and electronics was only restricted to vacuum tubes, and that too analog electronics, no question of digital electronics was there in literal sense. That time von Neumann has predicted about computer. So as in the last lecture I told you that microprocessor which was developed in late 60s has changed the world. It has changed the world. Then Arduino, when we say Arduino, we come with Arduino board which contains a computer interface. So that when computer is there and when Windows is there and when everything plug and play is there, what is lost is curiosity, actual hard work of a student is lost. You may be asking your parents will be always reminding you, till 12th deliberately calculate is not allowed, you have to work on log tables. Maybe one may find it ridiculous, but your parents will always argue that because of calculator, the calculation faculties of human brain have got evaporated. Therefore, calculators should not be avoided, but its use should be restricted for repeating work. It should not be substitute of some kind of learning of human being to calculate. So means there will be a generation where they will feel that calculation is not my task. Or calculation cannot be done by human brain. For calculation you need a calculator. Like that, when we are in plug and play, Arduino based board, USB interface and Google, anybody can play with Arduino. Just like Android, students can learn Android, even those who are even in primary school, they are able to use the Android based phone effectively because it is highly user friendly. So Arduino is highly user friendly, but when it is kept in the syllabus of an undergraduate degree course in a reputed college like Walchand College in Sangli, where the average state merit number of the students is around 3,000, there has been some certain purpose which must be understanding how Arduino works. And from that point of view, we shall try to learn the fundamentals of Arduino board. Then, see, if each and everything required to understand Arduino based board is to be taught, then even 1 year may not be enough, but we shall try to optimize. We will go to details wherever required, and we will have a broad view when that is permitted. So we start with the concept of microprocessor or microcontroller. From your point of view, there is no need to differentiate between microprocessor and microcontroller. I will be using these words interchangeably. Therefore, you means just like supposing that I will give an example. You are coming from say Yavatmal to this place. Few of you might have come for reporting, and then you might have asked the question from there whether Walchand College, where then you answer Sangli. And when you come to Sangli city, if a question asks where Walchand College, then say you Vishram Bagh. So for a person in Yavatmal, Sangli and Vishram Bagh are same. Whereas when we are near here, Sangli and Vishram Bagh are different. So for you people right now, microcontroller, microprocessor, you treat as one and the same, and at a later stage you will understand the difference. Therefore, we are using the word interchangeable. Okay. Now, in fact, teaching learning process in today's age, as the things have advanced, has become more challenging, more difficult, both in teaching perspective as well as learning perspective. Now, if few of you might have gone through some kind of digital electronics, maybe in 12th physics, maybe out of hobby, maybe out of vocation like computer or electronics at 12th. So from their point of view, they might have studied various circuits like gates, then adders, multiplexers, demultiplexers, flip-flops, counters, memory chip. Up to that they might have studied. And central processing unit or a microprocessor chip is using all these things and highly advanced. Then when we talk of program, means when microprocessors were costlier in late 60s or early 70s, and the gates, flip-flops, counters, adders, subtractors, demultiplexer, multiplexers, comparators, all digital, what we can say, components or devices, chips other than microprocessor were cheaper. In that case, to design something without using microprocessor, means when microprocessor started becoming cheaper, still such designs were there in syllabus for the purpose of understanding. So at our days, there were two types of questions. Design the following circuit without using microprocessor. Then one has to think something, how to make the things work using those chips. And when microprocessor came, and in that later on say microcontroller, microprocessor plus some peripherals, things become simpler. So in today's session, not one, there will be few more sessions in which I will try my level best to teach you microprocessor, which is the master chip on Arduino based systems, Arduino board. And once that is understood, it would be easy for you to understand all things up to a supercomputer. So understanding of microprocessor is something which will take you into a new world which you might not have imagined of. I will be giving few assignments to you in which you can design a microprocessor. Actually, manufacturing now is not major thing. Logical design, see, Remember, there may be few students who are in CSE and IT branch, few are in electronics. A computer programmer need not require a computer at his desk to think. He has to work on pen and paper using algorithm. So that is something highly mathematical task. You need highly analytical mind to do that. Therefore, what I say, when we learn microprocessor, we learn all details, and understanding microprocessor will give you a confidence which will take you into a new world, especially for these circuit branches, electronics, computer and IT. For this particular B group, this is not B group, I am confused. This is this is B group, not corresponding to electronics, computer, IT. Few are there in electronics, computer and IT. Pure from computer, others are civil, mechanical and electrical. For them also, it would be an added advantage to know microprocessor in detail, which otherwise for electrical is required, but for civil and mechanical, this would be definitely an added advantage which will keep you at an upper hand as compared to your peers. So, let us now talk about few details required to be understood in a microprocessor or microcontroller. So, these details I am jumping through. Now you will say you are doing as you wish. When first I can directly jump to Arduino without going into details of microprocessor. But I am saying that we will go into details of microprocessor. But when I say that we will go into details of microprocessor, you have to understand how microprocessor is designed, what microprocessor is. Then to know that, just like to know how hand works, we need to know muscles, we need to know cells, like that. To understand microprocessor, we must know its ingredients. Then its ingredients, how do they work? If I decide to go into that detail, then it will be unending. Therefore, remember, around 3-4 decades back, the big question before studious people was how to get information. They need to go at various places like IITs, ISC to get the advanced material xerox and bring it here. So the challenge about 3-4 decades back was to make the information available, whereas the challenge now is to choose. Everything is at your fingertips. If you decide to have a Google search, type something, many things would be available to you. If you decide to read everything, then your life will be elapsed in reading everything which Google gives you. Therefore, you must be choosy. You must be able to decide what to read. Everything you can't read. Earlier, we were not getting. Now, we have to discard unwanted things. That is a challenge for us. So, we proceed by keeping all these things in mind, we proceed with simple building blocks of a microprocessor based system. I am very much sure that everybody of you knows logic gates, right? Logic gates everybody knows. Even if one doesn't know, it doesn't matter. Simply digital world which is made of ones and zeros, that everybody knows, that is what is there in physics. So this entire microprocessor based world works on two states, logic 1 and logic 0. This is also called as high and this is also called as low state. Only two states, logic high, logic low. So based on these two states, one pin can be there either in logic 1 state or in logic 0 state, and based on that the entire this my digital world is developed. So to give you that idea, I will give simple logics, very simple ones. I will rush through and I will skip few things. Those who might have gone through my sequential lectures, they might have understood what flip-flop and counter is, but right now let us not go into those details. Simply, we have a plus. Nowadays things work on 3.3 volt and small voltages, but let us not discuss that. A plus 5 volt battery, a plus 5 volt power supply. Plus 5 is logic 1, plus 5 is high level, and 0 is logic low, or 0 is low level. So something connected to 0 ground is low, something connected to plus 5 volts is high. So suppose if, see now, and now when you know a lamp, a simple lamp, when you connect a lamp, LED, when you connect an LED between, LED has got 2 pins, it doesn't glow if put reverse, it is having anode and cathode. So if cathode, listen very carefully, I am explaining it in such a manner that unless student deliberately decides that I am unwilling to understand, understanding is imposed on him. Listen very carefully. That I am giving an example. Gyms are there. In conventional gyms, one has to do exercise willingly. But if you are put on an atomized bench, your parent's job is to only put you there. Once you are there, exercise is imposed on you. Like that, I am teaching in such a simpler manner. The flow is so deliberately and delicately adjusted that unless you desire, unless you deliberately decide that I am not going to understand, understanding is forced on you. So suppose if your parents forcefully put earplugs and make you to listen without your will, you will understand the contents. To that extent, I am thinking and going deep. So when anode is connected to 5 volts and cathode is connected to ground, the LED glows. LED glows. Therefore, now see, I am asking you some questions. So this is a system. A system is having plus 5 volts and ground is always there, that is we assume. And it is having a pin Y, output pin Y. It is having an output pin Y. Now, how you will identify whether the output pin Y is at logic 1 level or high level or logic 0 level or low level? The question is very simple. There is a system to which plus 5 volts is there, ground is there, there will be some gates and all these things. Right now I will not go into those details. And an output terminal is coming out of this small electronic digital circuit. Now, what is given to you? An LED probe is given to you. LED probe is having 2 terminals, anode and cathode. Using this LED probe, how you will conclude that whether pin Y is at logic 0 state or at low level, output is low, or pin Y is at logic 1 state or output is high. How will you do? Now I define the points. This I define the point as plus 5. I will give some points. Let us give plus VCC also sometimes. I will give A and I will give them as C, something common, it is convention. Here again A, so I will give the point B. Okay, so there are points are point B, point C, point Y, and I have with me one LED which is having two terminals A and K. Now listen very carefully, it is not even few may feel, especially those who are very much bright students and have completed vocational at 12th, electronics and computer, that I am teaching what we can say too simple. They may even doubt to some extent whether I know the contents or not, but I would like to appeal to them to be somewhat patient. Now tell me, think on it. Now see, one more thing is there in such a recorded version. What we can do in recorded version, I will ask a question. Then I will say that now you put pause button, think on the answer, and then you restart, so that there will be an opportunity for you to verify whether your understanding is correct or not. This is not possible in live classroom. In live classroom what happens? I have to give time, enough time, and I have to actually stop. That wastes the time for those people who have understood it instantly. But in a recorded version, each one can put pause button, think till he either gets the answer or leaves the question, and again resume to either verify the answer or to know the answer. So now I ask a question. Using this LED, which I put terminals A and K, this B and C are available to you terminals, you have to tell whether output Y is high or low. How will you proceed? Those who want to attempt should put pause button now, think for a while, and when they either get the answer or think that now it is beyond my scope, they should press resume button, and when they press resume button, they will be listening the answer from me. So those who want to attempt should put a pause button and think. Okay? Now, one thing is, one very natural thing is that if you will say, what nonsense you are asking, I will simply connect cathode to ground. I will simply connect cathode to ground and output to anode. And if LED glows, the output is at logic 1 state. Output is high. Perfectly agreed. Perfectly agreed. Right? But that is not sufficient. That does not answer my question. What will be your conclusion if LED doesn't glow? In this position, when you connect LED between output and ground, when LED is, listen very carefully, these are some fundamentals. When LED is connected between output to be tested and ground, and if LED glows, that means that the output is at high level. However, my next question is, if LED doesn't glow, does that mean that output is at 0 level? Then those who want to think on this should put a pause button again and think on it, and they can resume after the thinking is over. Now listen very carefully. If you have connected anode of LED between output under test and cathode to ground, and if LED glows, output under test is at logic 1 level or at high level. But if LED doesn't glow, that does not remember, something which is not high is not necessarily low. Listen very carefully. Something which is not high does not mean that it is necessarily low. I will give you an example. Suppose if there is some, now you are fond of cricket, maybe there is a match, there is a 2020 match, and somehow you get occupied in some kind of IAC of this Walchand College, which is supposed to be very tough, and because of that you are, not for my subject, because of that you are unable to find time to watch 2020 match, and then you go home, or even if you are in home doing some IAC, not able to watch a single event of the match, you finish IAC with flying colors and then ask your either brother, sister, maybe parents, somebody, some neighbor, what is the result of the match? Whether India won? He says no. He says no. India had, what is your question? Whether India has won the match. It's an obvious question. And he says no. Does that mean that England has won or India has lost? Not necessarily. If answer to question whether India has won is yes, yes, India has won, answer is conclusive. But if answer to question, your question was whether India has lost, whether India has won, he says no. That does not mean India has lost. That does not mean England has won. India can win, India can lose. India lose means England wins. It's very obvious. So India wins, logic 1. India loses, logic 0. But there is a third possibility that there may be heavy rains, because now the atmosphere is unpredictable. There was heavy rain and the match is washed out, match is abandoned. So India winning, logic 1. India losing, logic 0. Match abandoned is called as tri-state. So if your question would have been whether England has won, so if the answer to your question, whether it means by a single question, listen very carefully, this is something which I am bombarding on you, just like putting a tattoo. The concept of tattoo is centuries old. I hope those who know Marathi, त्याला गोंदणे म्हणतात. गोंदणे, हातावर नाव गोंदायचं, बिब्बा आणि सुई वापरून इतक्या डार्क आणि डीप ते हे केलं असतं की ते पुसता येत नाही. So I am trying to explain you in such a bombarding manner, such that it should be embossed on your mental plane as a tattoo, that nobody else should be able to remove that. Nobody else should be able to remove that. So a single question whether India has won, its answer is not necessarily conclusive about the result of the match. If answer is yes, yes answer is conclusive answer. If the question is whether India has won, and no answer requires a further question. We are just talking yes, no. It is the restriction because we are in digital domain. What should be the next question? Then whether India has lost? Whether India has won? If yes, you came to know about the result completely. If the answer is no, your next question, whether India has lost? Then if he says yes, then India has lost. If he says no, then it means that the match is abandoned or maybe a tie, but not lost. Like that, if This is the output under test Y. You have connected LED such that cathode to ground terminal C and output under test to anode. If LED glows, output is high. If LED doesn't glow, what will you do? You think on it, put a pause button on video, think on your own, come up with the answer, verify with what I say. If you are unable to answer, then watch what I say. Now you can pause and think. And when you finish thinking, come again. Now what do we do? If LED doesn't glow, then you have to shift the LED. You have to shift the LED such that, to shift the LED, like this is cathode, this is cathode. To shift the LED such that anode of the LED is to be connected to plus 5 volts. Anode of the LED is to be connected to plus 5 volts and cathode of the LED is to be connected to ground. Sorry, cathode of the LED is to be connected to output Y. Anode of the LED is to be connected to plus 5 volts and output under test is to be connected to cathode. Now if LED glows, what is the conclusion? Output is logical low. And even if LED doesn't glow, LED neither glows between output Y to anode and K to ground. It also doesn't glow between plus 5 volts to anode and cathode to output. In both cases, LED not glowing means something odd. India, the answer to the question whether India has won is no. Answer to the question whether India has lost is no. It is something third state, tri-state. This is called as tri-state. So, unless you understand what is tri-state, you cannot understand any digital system, especially microprocessor based and memory things. So, the output Y is either at logic 1 or at logic 0 or at tri-state. How it can be a tri-state? It's very simple. Suppose if there is a switch, position 1, position 2 and there is position 3. There is a one pole, three-way switch. If the switch is at position 1, output is at logic 1 state. If the switch at position 2, output is logic 0 state. If the switch at position 3, output is hanging. It is tri-state. When output is in position 1, if you connect LED between Y and C, anode to Y, cathode to C, LED will glow. If switch at position 2, Y is logic low state, in that case LED will glow with anode at B, at VCC and cathode at output, LED will glow. If switch at position 3, it is hanging output, tri-state, LED will not glow either in this case or in this case. LED will not glow in both of the cases. So there are these are the output states. These are three output states. Tri-state cannot be an input state because input circuit assumes some state for tri-state and works on that. So tri-state is the only state for the output. So logic output Y can be either logic high, logic low, or it is set tri-state, or logic 1, logic 0, or tri-state set. So this is one very fundamental concept in digital electronics of a tri-state. Now, a tri-state output is hanging. Then when hanging, something hanging can go anywhere depending upon who pulls it. So when hanging output is connected to some input further, depending upon that overall composition of the circuitry, the input is interpreted either logic 1 or logic 0. Right now we need not go into all those details, but this is something which is very important. I hope idea is substantially clear. Then next is a memory element. Next is, see, these are the things which every individual must know. In today's single lecture, it will not be clear. I will put one more video immediately. Now, I will not wait even for our regular lecture till Thursday. I will maybe putting the video earlier itself, so that you can watch through it. We will move fast and we can have some interactive session division wise. So next thing is a memory element. Next thing, it is a flip-flop. Few of you who might have seen my earlier lectures or those who have studied in vocational may know what is a flip-flop, but right now that is not required. We say a memory element. A memory element. Because that is very important. This one must understand. Memory element. What is a memory element? So for that, one needs to understand what is memory. What is memory? Means for memory, one thing is that somebody should tell you something first which you remember. So for memory, there must be something called as writing first. Some writing must take place, and based on that writing, now suppose if that online examination is going on, and suppose if a teacher, very standard classical teacher but not aware of mischiefs of students, then he asks memory based questions in online examination, he will be fooled, because in online examination everything is there at one end on Google Sheet and on a what we can say Google website, Google site, Google, and you can answer. So if what is memory? Ability of some device, maybe human brain or some non-living device, to be able to reproduce something when that is currently not available. What is memory? The thing which is available. Why we need to remember? In learning, why we need to remember? Because the thing which is available now and required later, when it is not available, most important. A thing which is always available is not remembered. A thing which is available, a thing which will not be available when it is required needs to be remembered. So we must be able to write something into memory that the memory cell will remember. So a memory element is what is a single bit memory. A single bit memory. Now actually a single bit memory is having a data pin and is bidirectional. It is D. Bidirectional means now again some internal circuits are there. They use one tri-state buffer, which I just told you. There is some limitation to what details I can go. I will also try to decide the level of depth depending upon your understanding, which I will understand during our interaction session. So this is data bus means I tell you, you remember and tell me. So through data bus I will write, through data bus I will read. Then you will say, no, it is different. We listen through ears, we then store, and we speak through our mouth. So data bus is not same for reading and writing. If it is so, let it be. then I will make a simple change. I will make simple. Remember, see, as I had said, that I will try to ensure that I will emboss understanding on your mental plane. So there is one single, what is this? This is a single bit memory cell. Single bit memory cell. Now this single bit memory cell is having a D in, it is having a D out. So D in is its ear, D out is its tongue. Then what I say, now I want to have a memory test, then I will say, now remember, and I utter something. Fine. Then after tomorrow I ask you what I told, right? So what I should do, I should first tell you that now you remember. So like that, there is one pin called as right. Then I will put data. I will put data on data in. How I can put data on data in? With a switch. Now there is a concept of pull-up resistor. Means by default, if nothing is done, through some resistor is kept high, maybe 5K resistor is plus 5 volts. So if this is kept hanging, by default it will be 1. And if now I close the switch, so this is something that the switch is converted to a simple switch instead of a two-way switch. Switch is either on or off. S. So if switch S is not closed, data which is put by me is logic 1. If switch S is not closed, then data put by me is logic 1. And then what I will do at this right, I will put the data and I will give right pulse. So I will apply one pulse like this, writing pulse. Now, for those who want to study deep later on, there is a convention. Say in India, we go through left lane. In US, they go through right lane. So like in microprocessor, active low is convention. So writing is done by negative pulse. So name of the pulse is called as right bar. And to indicate this bar, a bubble is put here, logical low. So logic means now what is done? Again, that it is pulled up. All input pins are normally pulled up. So plus 5 volts, 5K. So when a pulse is given, just like, again, why I should expect pulse from you? A push, this is a switch which can be, this is a switch like our conventional on-off switch. This is a switch like bell. You just press and release. So this switch can be either in on state or in off state. Whereas this switch is having its normal state as off or open. You need to keep press to close. So now what you do? You can keep data as 1 or 0 and then push this right switch, writing process. Push the switch W. This switch W makes this right bar low. This switch W makes this right bar low, so that in this inside somehow there is a flip-flop, in details of which we don't go right now, you can watch later. So this flip-flop changes its state depending on this. When writing is done, when right bar input pin, right bar is an input pin to a single bit memory cell. When this input pin is made 0, whatever is present on on D in pin gets stored in the internal flip-flop, and its output is Q. Now there is one more pin called as read bar. Again plus 5 volts and ground. Plus 5 volts, a switch and a pulse R, 5K. Then the output data out is hanging. Why it is required to be hanging, I will explain later on. So data, there is a flip-flop. So while writing, data is stored inside the flip-flop. Means suppose if now that I tell you, now you remember and I tell the figure 5. Then tomorrow I am going to ask you at some time what I had told you. Then you have remembered 5. Then do you go always attend 5 continuously till tomorrow? No. So 5 is inside you, but you are not attending till I ask again. So like this. So if this is 1 and I have pushed W and released, this flip-flop is set. Its Q has become 1. Now once I release the switch W, even if I change, so it's just like a snapshot. When shutter, now we push the camera button, earlier there was shutter. When the shutter of the camera is open, whatever your activity is stored. When the shutter is closed, your activities are unnoticed, are not stored. So what this flip-flop is in 2 states. A set output is 1, a reset output is 0. Flip-flop is set to 1 or reset to 0 and it continues in that state unless it is either set or reset. Once set flip-flop remains in that state forever till you reset. So that is storing. So if this input is 1 and at that time you press W, so whatever is the logic state of the input D in when you have pressed the W and released, not pressed actually, the logic state of D in at the time of last release of W button is remembered by the flip-flop inside the single bit memory cell in its 2 states. If the input is 1, it is in set state, Q is 0. If the input is 0, it is in reset state, Q is 0. Now once this W button is push button is released,